does it matter to any of us? Don't change the subject, I'm heavy on your love. I miss that train, New York City, it rains. Fly to East LA in big jet planes. You know you're on my mind. And when the world don't break, I'll be shaking it. 'Cause I'm a young man after all. Whoa. And when the seasons change, will you stand by me? 'Cause I'm a young man built to fall. Ooh. Mind over matter, I'm in tatters thinking about her. Taste my disaster, it's heavy on my tongue. All the lights that glow, Tokyo snows. Go to watch the show, curtains close. I'm watching you this time, and when the world don't break, I'll be shaking it. 'Cause I'm a young man after all. Oh, and when the seasons change, will you stand by me? 'Cause I'm a young man built to fall. Oh. Mind over matter. Netflix, YouTube, or Instagram. Whatever meets my fancy today, I don't really give a damn. Anything to distract me from looking in or being alone with my thoughts, what a shame. Go play outside, my mom yells. I say, okay, and my little legs and little face hopped up on enough life to make a boat sway back and forth, or to overshadow Hairspray the musical, of course. Those were the days. Now, these screens in our hands, in our rooms, we fiend for one more swipe, one more scene until our eyes are crusty and dry. Nothing was done tonight except I watched Fight Club. I have to do homework and call my friends, but maybe just a few more episodes before bedtime. I always lie. So many better ways to spend my time.
I am a vessel of word and thought. Continuously, I wonder who the world perceives because I hear my voice through speakers and I see my face in mirrors, but I am a vessel of word and thought. Continuously, I pretend I know the meaning of life. Every day, I feel too much and too little because I touch only what I know the texture of. And I fear that experience is born of stupidity, but I am a vessel of word and thought continuously. I know that continuity is boring, but nevertheless, I say, I'll try, I guess, every day. I dream of a me that really means it because I try to be spontaneous. Somehow I can't, and I hope someday I'll be more, but I am a vessel of word and thought continuously.
I am anxious. I wonder how things will be a year from now. I hear the voices in my head. I see my legs shaking. I am anxious. I pretend I am floating on a cloud. I feel like I'm running for my life. I worry that I am running out of time. I am anxious. I understand that I need to go at my own pace. I say I am taking one day at a time. I dream of living in another country. I try to picture myself in a better place. I hope I have enough time. I am anxious.
I am serenity. I wonder at creation. I hear the sounds my mother makes. I see the skies my father has planted. I am serenity. I feel night chills, cold stars falling on my face. I pretend silence inside is exuberance. I touch slick rocks, water rushing through my toes. I worry about not worrying. Where will my thoughts go? I am serenity. I understand the bear, her fears and anxieties. I say that I am you, but I am not. I dream the fish hiding in calm pools. I try to drink the air, taste salt of a distant sea. I hope for another day, no more, no less. I am serenity.
Great joy comes from great pain, not helpful advice amidst agony. With nothing to lose, there's nothing to gain. He quiets when she looks up angrily. 9 long months of internal growth, finally they have a daughter. A fragile bag of blood and bone, all that's left is to protect her. To keep her safe from harmful truths, prepare her to be lied to. It'll be impossible to preserve her youth, but it's their utmost wish to try to. For now, this baby sleeps in peace, ignorant to the outside world. Mother and father both agree. Stop at nothing to defend this girl.
Garage door closes mechanically, heard throughout the house. The matriarch has left the building. I have a date with destiny. The sweet leaf calls my name. I creep into the kitchen, quiet as a mouse, to prepare my cheap vacation. One obstacle remains, my father. Since college began, I've slowly grown into a man. No doubt he sees me differently now. And it is Father's Day, and it's his house. Can't just leave him without a second thought. Hey Dad, Mom just left. I'm gonna go smoke a bowl if you wanna join. Waiting with bated breath. Maybe he had better things to do, or he was about to shoot me down. With the dry humor that defined my childhood, spoken softly were the words, no. But you can roll us a joint though. Ball in my court this time, my decision was simple, yet meaningful. I love showing my father how my school studies are progressing.
She'll come home, whispering assurance for myself, clinging to her memory, clutching the locket she gave me. A heart. Mine beats too fast. 7 days there, 8 days back, 16 days waiting. I remember a promise to be careful, to avoid dragons and trolls under bridges. At the window I stare, willing her to appear, wishing she weren't so noble, so damn brave. 17 days, 18, 19, 30 days. She'll come home. Her mind flows in colors, in rainbows, molten crayon forming glass out of sand. Power unknown, seeking knowledge she grows. From delicate fingers, creation drips, beauty lingers. She is the sun, goddess life, blessed one. She sings, deep purple. She breathes, royal blue. She sees emerald green. She speaks golden yellow. She eats burnt orange. Crimson red, she bleeds.
Fluorescent fairy flutters past. My eyes, they must deceive me. Dragon follows a sparkle path, teeth gnarl and gnash. I fear for the fairy, and a neon bloodbath. Slippery scales scale the mountainside at dusk. Rays of burnt orange dance across the green and black of the monster. Ever so clear was the red in its eyes. The fairy flew for its life depended. The last of its breed, feeble and vulnerable. A moment's notice, I grace my trusty steed and race. Sword in hand, I chase. The moment of truth. The fairy flutters no more, backed into a corner. The dragon rears back, heat building, growing past the slimy skin. I thought all was lost. Until a bright pink flash, quicker than falling asleep. The fairy rose and flew to me. The dragon hollow, no more than a fallen tree. You saved me, it said. You gave me the strength I needed to succeed. And then I came to my senses, dreaming eyes wide open again.
Wandering the woods, I heard a noise. Weaving through willows, I followed the voice. Walking and wishing I knew where I was, I stumbled upon the Wizard of Wolves. He spoke to me then, with whispering words. You make the path by walking, which then vanished with the whirl. Confused, I looked around, wondering what I'd witnessed, but he could not be found in the weary wilderness. I turned to head home, but his warning of woe willed me to walk another road.
In the dead of night we scratch and bite, protect this town with all our might. Lives were lost, but not in vain, we drink to them tonight.
Sailor town, life is always up and down. Sailor town, the sea becomes our home. Huzzah!
Many have come, and many have fell to take this town, they never will. Try and try 1,000 times, with equal force we meet them.
Sailor town, life is always up and down. Sailor town, the sea becomes our home. Huzzah!
The king has come to greet the town, he brings us wine, we drink it down. Try and try, we drink all night, this town will never fall.
Sailor town, life
Sailor town, the sea becomes our home. Huzzah!
Essential worker, non-stop sweating in my mask, long hours at work, sleepless nights at home, worrisome thoughts all around, deafening silence. No way to escape. Beach vacation was canceled. So disappointing. Each day feels the same. So much I can't remember, waiting for a change.
The deadly virus. It infiltrates, here to stay. The old world is dead.
Slip, 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 slipping down, 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 deep, dark, quiet mind.
Each day feels the same. So much I can't remember, waiting for a change.
Separate, safer, but it's so much more painful. Pandemic healthcare.
Abraham's bosom bearing fruit, rich apples, cherries, plums. We walk in the graces of our Lord and Hosanna. Is this promised land, we ask ourselves, of ashes and smoke? We know our own fears overweigh our hopes, struggle on through dawn. This will be our promised land of a people not yet known, need to know ourselves calling into our land. Land of life into death, quietus bearing spirit, no longer life that is death, yield leagues beyond knowing. Forget words unspoken, we will walk in the light of a new sun. Stomp feet, clap hands, raise hearts rejoicing in deliverance. Promised land of promises, recalled in matter and minutes, salted earth underneath dry feet thirsting for eternal waters. Toes tripping on mandibles scorched black under a new sun, helmed by inadequacies and fear. Draft new imagined futures, keep momentum. Quaff this tankard, relinquish sleep. Step into this land, leave your body behind. Feel this stitch and know you're alive in the old way, grasping, clawing air for breath. Cease our shadows' endless need. We are coming to the promised land. The promised land is coming. We are coming to the promised land. The promised land is coming. We are coming to the promised land. The promised land is coming. We are coming to the promised land. Played. The crack campaign rolls into town. All the people come round, come round. Hang on street corner. Drop off oblivion. Ready to jump, be pushed, push off. I knew a man once got pneumonia from a t-shirt he kept in his fridge for when he got high. You see your body starts to heat up, you get unbearably warm. He got his head stuck in an armhole. Inhaled crack fumes in moist air, hospitalized, no work, 2 months. I knew a man once liked to go to peep shows to light up, dime for the video, dime for the man, and it played, and it played, and it played. I knew a man once. He knew me once. Haven't seen him in years, though, and where has he gone? Is his mind still there where his body lie? Is it there on that corner of the boulevard where I left him, staring out a car window, unable to stop?
It is hard to die innocent, but I shall not be the first. As he is dragged from the scene, hand plastered in dirt, he reaches high on the wall, and a handprint is laid. There is proof of my words. Let this mark never fade. And so it did not. Long after his death, it symbolized injustice and let no one forget. This Carbon County jailhouse has had its paint replaced. Walls have been knocked down, still he has not been erased. No amount of trying could remove this odd graffiti. The crumbled dirt all fell away, but blood never dries completely.
I've tried and tried this futile life to clean, but blood never dries completely. Sign of the time's gone bad, it seems. I press my hands down to try to stop the bleeding. City streets cold as an ice pick and twice as sharp. Ball of fire in the sky, too high to reach his heart. He wasn't carted away. His soul left his body in the kitchen that day. Woke up, groggy, slobbery, and bare, with a hole in my chest where something used to be fair and strong, but for all the wrong reasons. And when the fall season fell, there was nothing left to do but hide and grow my hair. New mortal enemy, the mirror. Toothpaste spit stains I stare at did little to help the pain, waiting for a new day for this shit to change. It started early, before the sun came up, before that light shined bright, where I could hide but still grind. Blood never comes all the way up. Washed 1,000 times in 1,000 truths and just as many lies. The deep red turned orange after a while. Involuntary, new favorite color.
Blood never dries completely. Cracked lip, split chin, rip open your chest, pull out heartache spread over with sap. Tannins running wild over skin. Bronze these waters, choke the Nile, wrath and seethe and foam. Drink this cup, slick your throat, stick to your teeth, remember your womb, entrails untenable. Scry these pools, swim their currents, slide through veins, shrink on air, tighten skin. Thoughtless and alone, stream water onto dust, animate bones articulate. Blood never dries completely.
just a fragile bag of blood and bone. Warm body squeezes tight. She is my home. Skin softer than a baby's bottom. How it feels against my cheek, there is no comparison. Healthy as the day is long, each organ operating efficiently. Her breath and mine are one together. So nice to be having an old friend for dinner. She keeps me alive and well. She's such a treat, a true peach. Each and every day, I crave more. Futile. I can't consume anymore. I must keep her warm. The cold is not very appealing. Signed, Hannibal Lecter.
Tonight's the night. Here I lie in wait, eager for his arrival. I pinch myself again. No falling asleep. That's how it always goes. Always just miss him. Not this time. Good night, moon, not me. I'm going to make it. Because I need to know. Lethargy comes again. Eyelids weigh me down, drooping more and more. Reality fades.
Ho, ho, ho!
Early I jolt. Awake too late. Morning. He's come and gone.
The shadow of a woman lurks in the distance. She is alone, but confident. Deep within, she has power. Power to withstand the evils and hate born into this country her ancestors built. Blood, sweat, tears, well beyond her years, woven into her braids. She walks with their strength, sacrifice in her bones. She will never be afraid, for she is the last Black woman in the whole entire world.
Apples. Apples in the morning, baking on the ground under summer sun. Coffee forgotten in the fire, drifts away on the scent of impending winter. Everything around here is changing. For now it's time to go gain ground, gallivant around the countryside. Helloing neighbors, strangers, friends, insisting upon fine health, good blessings, just enough to keep our feet moving. Kiss the tops of trees with our toes, let sparrows pick seeds from between our teeth, meet with a grizzly to discuss the finer points of nature. Never stop, lose sight, steam, momentum. Open up the earth, praise, rejoice in this day. Questions are for later. Read the brook's small talk. Sitting on the bank of this river, this tall tale will be ending soon, until there comes time for such and again. Visitors abound in the orchard of my lord, whole hog hoopla into the night. Examine your soul and find the apple seed there. Yawp and punch air, fighting into the darkness, zonked on the wine of life and apples.
Scattered mound of ash, bombshell remains below, sprinkled heavily on bodies, thrown like flowers at a wedding. Everyone but the victims rejoice. Mass destruction, anything but joyful. Little girls, pigtailed smiles, ripped off faces. Fire burns, battle scars, permanent distress. We are children today, branded innocence, purity lost, fearless no more, endless war.
Robbed of their personal death. Bones lie, dusty earth, battlefield blood screams soak soil. Become public death, communal death. Die with brothers, sisters, husbands, mothers. In feverish shouts, does anyone hear a whimper? Robbed of their personal death, instead serve as someone else's fantasy. Rage, sadness, lust, despair, eaten by these trees. Let your body return to the earth and the worms and the worms and the worms blanketing you in cool love, warm embrace, heavy and sweet.
Life on earth, walking into the unknown, confidently ignorant, living as we please. Walk faster, skip a beat, trip over yourself trying to catch a breath. When God whispers, humanity yells. Human nature, active minds turn feeble, distorting reality. Mania strikes, conscience burns. When God whispers, humanity yells. Screaming from rooftops, fueling panicked souls, hanging on to the dreams, traditions, and hopes left over. When God whispers, humanity yells.
When God whispers, do you shout? When God whispers and thunder cracks the sky, oceans boil and rage, mountains roil, shake and tremble, do their dance, shimmy jump, dip, dive, skip, drop, rocks of the earth rejoice when God whispers. When God whispers, what do you attend when God whispers, and your ears burn, your mind is aflame, blaze through eye sockets to see the Lord. And think on words, the word, dreadful, tremendous, soft, whispered.
Late night, after a long day and a long life. Is it time? For bed, at least. Warm covers, they cover cool skin, weary bones. Now sleep, and sleep, and sleep. Eyes closed and comfortable, rest. Well-deserved rest. Breath steady, and easy. Exhale. When God whispers, exhale.
I took the time to think over my mistake. I found I was robbed of my personal debt. She forgave me instantly. I searched for years to figure out what it really meant. Egregious error weighing on my soul. Seeking virtue, finding only vice to fill that hole. I used to wish it was different. If I had left that night and ran home. For what occurred, I feared I may never atone. But I did. Prolonged punishment I received, Years later, betrayed by a friend in a time of need. When you think you know someone, instantly, forgiveness was the path, and I followed until I felt karma's wrath. You will not be forgiven as easily, it said. Years later, dread burned into my head. Mistakes can be forgiven, but they can never, ever be forgotten.
Hold on tightly, take my hand, release your breath, take a stand. You'll be okay, don't you cry, have some courage, it's worth a try. Walk with purpose, head held high, mute the voices, touch the sky. Hold on tightly, take my hand, release your breath, take a stand. You'll be okay, don't you cry, have some courage, it's worth a try. You'll be okay, don't you cry, have some courage, it's worth a try.
Another day, born of fear and hope, cries out in pain and joy. Dive into these waters, ebony and obscure, falling from great heights, grace upon waves of tumult, high to the ode of humanity. Injustice wails through you, joy following lamentations, kicking great energetic bursts of light, inundating these legs. Mouth breaks the silence never to cease again, open to the universe of sound and taste, projecting thoughts and visions. Quotes whose words echo in annals, rewrite the present to sanctify the future this day, the child of troubled times. Undulate and writhe, vibrate with anticipation, write the day's journey on its heart, xylem forging connection. Yearn for twilight, and it will come. Zealously awaiting zenith, another day.
Recovery. From delicate fingers, creation drips, beauty lingers.
Recovery. I try to picture myself in a better place.
Recovery. Blood never dries completely.
Recovery. Her breath and mine are one together. So nice to be having an old friend for dinner. Recovery.
Hi, I'm Meg. I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Noah and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Ethan, and I'm a senior.
Hold on tightly. Take my hand. Release your breath. Take a stand. You'll be okay. Don't you cry. Have some courage. It's worth a try. Walk with purpose. Head held high. Mute the voices. Touch the sky. Hold on tightly. Take my